Are you one to take heed to your emotional state, or do you try to bury it? And the things that bother you, you act like it doesn't. Are you that person? Or do you actually address your emotional state and figure out what is the cause of your emotions in those moments where your emotions run high? If you are one to bury your emotions, you want to be careful with that, because you're liable to lash out at any moment on anyone, is the spirit message. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. Okay, so as I was meditating, Spirit showed me an image of a cave, but within the cave, it was like, I almost want to say an oasis, but it was like a pool of water. And then I saw a little opening in the cave, like a little doorway, but it was extra dark. Okay, extra dark. The only reason why it was lit is because there was something under the water that was glowing, is what I saw in this image in my mind, okay? Which led me to this message. And then I thought, in the darkness, in your own darkness within, is where you find your water. Your water is your emotions, or your water. Yes, that's right. I said it right the first time. Okay, so now it's in the dark, and only you know how you truly feel. You know, you could tell somebody, I'm good, but you doesn't mean you're actually good. But you could tell somebody that, and they won't know. Some people will know. Those who have high levels of empathy, those who are very empathetic, they will be able to recognize when something is wrong with you, even if you say nothing's wrong. They will know. And most likely they'll just leave you alone. You know, just because you seem like you don't want to talk about it, so they'll leave you alone, but they'll know that something's wrong. But not everyone around you will know when something is wrong with you, or when something's bothering you. So there are times when many of you suffer in silence and you don't say a word. You don't complain about it. You don't talk about it. You don't bring it up. It's likely that you feel like nobody understands. So you just kind of like deal with it, because what else are you supposed to do? It's your stuff. So you're like, I'm going to just let it be my stuff and I'll figure it out. Okay? And it's like Spirit wants to bring this message up to help you identify, so that you don't bury the emotions. Spirit wants you to identify with them, okay? Identify with them. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? The deeper you dig, the easier it will be for you to find that light within your emotions. Your own emotions tell you a story about yourself. If you would take your time and pay attention to them and go deep. Okay, because remember in that image that Spirit showed me, it was a cave with a pool of water, or an oasis. It kind of felt like the fountain of life a little bit. It wasn't necessarily a fountain, but it was like, it just felt like an oasis to me. And then there was a light shining from underwater. So it's like that's telling me that in your darkness is your emotions. The emotions are in alignment with water, okay? And then within that water, I saw a light. So the more you dig deeper into your own emotions, the more you will find out about yourself. The more you will find out about what your likes and your dislikes are, as well as the more you will recognize when something is wrong. Because many times things will be wrong, and you have this phase in your life where you're trying to act like it's cool, and maybe you're overthinking it. Sometimes we make excuses for people and situations, to be honest. Sometimes you do because you don't want to face the fact that it is whatever it is. So you'll make excuses for it. You won't talk about it. It'll bother you. You'll start getting annoyed at other things that are going on in your life when those things are not even a problem. It's really what you know it is, but you just kind of just deal with it as if it's not a problem. And you're trying to figure out, how can I get out of this situation? And a lot of times it's because you're not allowing yourself to be true to you and how you truly feel. There's also something here about being too kind to those who don't deserve your kindness. There's something here about that. Some of you are so, it's like sweet, like teddy bears. Okay? Like a Care Bear. I haven't thought about a Care Bear in a long time. But aren't they different colors? Yeah, they are. I believe they're like blue, pink, and yellow. That's like chakras. And the first one that I saw was blue. And blue is the throat. Somebody's throat chakra is blocked. You're not saying what you want to say. It's time for you to speak up. Because if you don't, I mean, it's a person. Whoever you're not saying something to, it's time to say something. If you don't want to be around them, or if they're causing you some type of turmoil, or whatever it is, if it's like a person that you're trying to break up with, but they won't go away, it's giving some type of weird energy like that for some of you. But it could be anyone that's in your energy that you're not saying what you need to say to. You're only hurting yourself. You're worried about hurting them, but meanwhile, they hurting you. That's when it becomes a problem. When you realize that somebody's hurting you and affecting you, and you're caring more about their emotions than your own, it has to stop somewhere. Because if you don't stop it, it'll never stop. Okay, so this must be why this message came to me. You're burying and ignoring your own emotions, and you're not being honest with yourself for some of you right now. Don't forget that the honesty you have within yourself, right? It will bring you the peace that you've been wanting. The peace that you've been really praying on, thinking about, striving for. If a person is in your energy that is not supposed to be there, they will definitely block your ability to live life within a space of tranquility, because they are siphoning from your energy, and all they do is take when they're around you. They don't give. They'll put up the facade as if they're giving, but they're not giving you anything. You know that. You already know this, though. I'm just confirming it to whoever this message is for. You already know they're not giving you nothing in return. It's a relationship that is one-sided, and that one side is your side, and you're drained, you're tired, and you're over it. Okay? And this message is not going to resonate with everyone, but if it does, you're going to know, because this is how it's coming, and I'm just giving it to you how it's coming. Okay? And so it's time for you to release and speak, because you not speaking, you are suppressing your own beautiful energy, and you're blocking your abundance in energy. It's depleting you. It's not serving you. So it's like, if you have relationships going on, or a relationship with a particular person that's going on, you're going to have to really figure that out, because you're affecting yourself. This is affecting you in a major way for whoever this message is for. And you know it is. But why can't you put your foot down? Like, what's going on? That's something you got to go deeper and see, what is that? It's like you tiptoeing around what you want to say. Are you afraid of hurting this person's feelings? Did they ever hurt your feelings? And how did they hurt you? If they did they seem like they cared after they did it? Because most likely they didn't. They may have put on an act. I don't feel like this person really cares. I feel like they holding on because they benefit from you. And don't be the one that is able to just get the wool pulled over your eyes and you just know what's going on, but you act like you don't. Because whoever I'm talking to, you're a very discerning person and you know what it is, but for some reason you feel like you don't have no control. But you do. You do have control. Who told you you don't have control? Not unless there's something that's controlling you that person has. If it's in between the sheets activity, you're going to be in trouble. If you're held down in a situation that you don't want to be in, and it's because of in between the sheets activities, ooh, you have a lot of other things that you got to think about there, that you got to work on. Because it's like you're drowning in your own emotions, and you keep trying to come up for air because you know that you don't want it anymore. And believe it or not, this is one of those things that can have a person stuck in a relationship that they don't want to be in for a long time. Just based off of the craving for someone's in between the sheets activity energy. And that right there is, it could turn toxic real fast because it's not based on love. It's not based on authenticity. It's based on the carnal nature, like feeding that carnal nature. You know you're not happy. Like that is a prison. That's like imprisonment. Like being a slave to it, you know? And that could be very challenging. So, I really want the best for you, because I know that could be very challenging. Once you're in there, it's kind of hard to just get out of there that fast. It is. It's a challenge because your body gets used to it. So then you just deal with stuff you know you don't want to deal with. But it's all up to you, Spirit just wants me to point this out for you because somebody needs to know. Dig into those emotions because they are you and they represent the aspect of you that is meant to be nurtured and is meant to be attended to. It's not meant to be neglected. But the more you neglect it, the more you will hurt. So if you don't want to hurt no more, you have to make a change. Otherwise, you're going to keep on going through the same thing. Okay? So that's it for this message. Thank you for listening. And if you deem this energy as suitable to continue to walk with you in your spiritual journey, drop it down in the comments below. 8888. I declare this is an aspect of my love. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. To gain access to additional content, you can by hitting that join button to join the membership. And I'll see you in the next one.